Hello and welcome to the On Your Head Son podcast. We are back from Germany. Hello, Matthew.
Hello! Let's go. What a trip it was. We are back and we are back with a vengeance. We've got more followers than ever. We're growing. Come on.
We are back. We are growing indeed. And we were out in Cologne and Dusseldorf seeing Spain versus Georgia and then France versus Belgium. Matt, can you describe the overall experience of Euro 2024 in Germany, in situ?
Yes, I can. Yes, I can. The atmosphere, unreal. The booze, unreal. The bars, unreal. The atmosphere, unreal. Everything was unreal. The whole package, organised. Every country should be in one tour. Every tournament should be in one country. Let's go. Fuck everything else. Get your ass back to Cologne. Let's do it.
Said so eloquently. I'm pretty sure that you said the atmosphere was unreal twice. That was point 1 and 4. Love it. That's how good the atmosphere was.
It was brilliant. James, what was yours?
No, well, I mean, honestly, like for me, it was just like seeing and speaking to people from like all over Europe in one place, how everyone wanting to just celebrate, having the best time. Had so many interesting conversations, met so many people. Like we had some Georgians climbing trees. Like we made friends with some Swiss people. I went on nights out with Spanish, like so many different nationalities. It was an incredible experience. All in all, that's before we even start talking about the football.
I know.
One more thing from you before we talk about the football. What was your tournament highlight aside from the football?
For me, coming back from the Spain-Georgia game, coming back in a train. This was just with Andy. We lost you at that point. We all lost each other at one point, as you would. Coming back with that on a train with a Georgian flag, with the Georgian fans. They're all singing. It was one of the best atmospheres, despite the loss, obviously, spoiler alert. But still, such a good atmosphere. They were so happy to be there, and they were the most friendly people to be around. And I think we should go to Georgia. You've got free train travel there. So I mean, let's go to Georgia.
We do, yeah. I met a Georgian, and he has offered us discounted travel all around Georgia when we get there. So I will definitely be taking him up on that.
Your highlight of the weekend?
My highlight, I mean, it all was just spectacular. But I'm going to focus on one thing, and that is Kolsch beer in Cologne. Kolsch beer served in small 200 or 250 milliliter glasses. You sit there. When you have one, they mark it off on a beer mat. You can sit there and drink that all afternoon. Then you go to Dusseldorf, and they have this horrible red, dark brown alt beer. Dusseldorf, sort your beer out. It's all about Cologne.
We don't like it. We don't. Actually, well, Dusseldorf we like, but the beer, we don't like it.
We don't like it indeed.
Yeah.
Right. Well, as you can see, it's just me and Matt. However, I did get a chance to speak to Andy earlier, and he's going to speak to us now to tell us his tournament highlight and then tell us all about the first game that we saw, which was Matt alluded to, was Spain versus Georgia. Here we go. Andy, welcome back from Germany.
Hello, we're back home again. Yeah.
Right. So first of all, tell me, what was your highlight of Germany other than the football?
Other than the football, I think for me, it's got to be meeting the first Swiss Geordie I've ever met. It was great fun. Also, just the whole vibe there, amazing. Loved it. Absolutely loved it.
Couldn't agree more. Those Swiss people were fantastic, and Switzerland were great. They really were. Watch out, England. But let's not talk about that just yet. Let's talk about one of the highlights of your life, I assume, going to your first ever match away from England at the Euros, seeing Spain versus Georgia. Look at this. Spain versus Georgia.
You literally are Spain versus Georgia right now.
I am the Spanish Georgian right now, but I don't want to talk about it. I want you to tell me about it. How was it? How was your experience?
It was the best time. That game was amazing, I felt. Of just the whole environment that created by the fans. The Georgians are the best kind of people we've got a discounted holiday to Georgia, thanks to some good Georgian fans out there. So it was just the whole atmosphere was incredible, and I felt so bad that Georgia were up against Spain. I felt like if they were up against any other team, they would have had a chance. But Spanish were too good.
I
Far too good.
actually felt that, like, I just think the Georgians were happy to be there. I mean, obviously they would have loved for like to win, but they were just happy to be there. They were having the best time, as you said, like some of the best fans that I've ever met. How ecstatic were you when Lenormand knocked in that own goal?
Oh, that was incredible. Absolute scenes. So they weren't controlling any of the play. One counter attack, get an own goal. Scenes, absolute scenes from the Georgian end. Kalman just.
Absolutely. And then let's just have a quick word on Spain. Spain looked fantastic. Who really stood out for you from Spain?
Oh, in terms of Spain, like it's an obvious answer, but it's Rodri. Rodri just controlled the middle of the park, got his goal, of course, as well. But just how he was dominating the play going forward, it was impressive.
That's the first time I've ever seen him play live, and I was jaw dropped. We've spoken about him loads of times on this podcast.
Also,
I thought he was excellent.
James's best player in the world, that as well.
I did say straight after that, I said Rodri is the best player in the world ever. That's some clickbait for you right there.
That's good.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much. Just one word quickly more on Spain. Can they beat Germany?
Of course I can. The Spaniards are out to play, and apart from England, they could win it.
Brilliant. Right, well, until that moment, let's sing it one more time. Calmandros.
Calmandros. Calmandros. Da, 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 Calmandros.
I apologise to any Georgians. We may have said that completely wrong, but yes, we love you, Georgia.
Go on, Georgia.
Thank you very much, Andy. We're both agree that was an unbelievable game to see.
What a game. What a game. What an atmosphere. Unbelievable.
Which then leads us on to the second game that we saw. And as you can probably see, I am wearing a Belgian shirt. Matt is wearing a France shirt.
Come on. Vive France. Allez les Bleus.
Allez les Bleus. So as you can tell from Matt's celebrations, France did win. It was 1-0. First of all, tell me about the experience, and how was it seeing two teams with some players that are just some of the best players in the world? How was that, seeing that in the flesh?
That was unbelievable, I've got to say. The game was appalling in terms of the quality. Deschamps ball isn't what it is. However, seeing Mbappe, seeing Griezmann, seeing Kante, seeing Koundé was man of the match, and he was unbelievable. Did he actually end up getting man of the match, or was it Kante?
It
was Koundé. Yeah, Koundé was unbelievable. Completely shut down. Who played left wing for Belgium?
Was it Doku? Was he right wing?
Oh, Doku. Yeah, Doku. Of course. Yeah, completely shut him down, bar a couple of times when Doku got past. Brilliant to see, just for the flair of, well, not really the flair, but the flair of a few moments of a few players. But however, the game was structured and a bit boring, I have to say.
Yeah, it was a little bit sturgid, unfortunately. I think it started off really well. Like both teams were trying to work each other out a little bit. But after a while, it just went very, very dull. Deschamps ball. I think I said when I was there, I finally understand that term. What do you think is worse, Deschamps ball or Southgate ball?
Southgate ball.
Very easy question.
Yeah.
But Deschamps ball is still really dull. And I just remember the sinking feeling, and I know I was in a mood about it when that goal went in. Like, that was just the worst goal to win a game of that caliber.
Yeah.
And just describe that goal.
Really, really, really unfortunate for Belgium. Belgium were just starting to get back in it. I think France really controlled the game for most of it. And then towards the kind of last 10, 15 minutes before the goal, Lukaku had a couple of chances, half chances. No one had a big chance really in this match, I'd say. Bar Mbappe missed a couple. But Belgium were just getting back in it. You could see them maybe sneaking a goal, but I was quite looking forward to extra time of both teams opening up, hopefully a little bit more. But yeah, just a deflected goal. It was painful, you got to say. And I mean, the atmosphere just went out the stadium after that.
I think so as well. I think that even the French fans weren't that excited about it because they didn't enjoy that win. It was a completely different feeling to leaving the Spain-Georgia game. So let's get off that. Let's say congratulations to France, and let's move on.
Allez les Bleus!
Allez les Bleus! Félicitations à la France. But there were 6 more games to decide who got through to the quarterfinals, and what we're going to do, we're going to do a 1 sentence on each game that we haven't mentioned already, ended by a bong.
One
Okay?
line. No, starting with a bong. Starting with a bong.
Starting with a bong. All right.
James, I'm going to go. Bong.
Germany were superior. They were the right calls, but they were very lucky with VAR. Bong.
Portugal. Ronaldo crying. Diego Costa, the magnificent.
Oh, bong.
God.
Southgate making a team look worse than some of its parts. Bong.
Switzerland, excellent. Ruben Vargas goal, a delight. Bong.
Netherlands dominate. But where did those trainers come from? Bong.
Turkey, emotional, passionate. And that save. Oh, that save. Bong.
Bong, 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 bong.
Brilliant.
Those
Headlines.
were the highlights, and that means we have our final 8 teams of this Euros, which means starting 5 o'clock on Friday, Spain versus Germany. Friday at 8 o'clock, Portugal versus France. Saturday at 5 o'clock, England versus Switzerland. And Saturday at 8 o'clock, Netherlands versus Turkey. Right. We are going to look through. Oh, sorry. Would you want to say something, Matt?
Has there ever been a better half of the Friday draw for a quarterfinal?
No,
Not in my
hasn't.
memory. Not in my memory. Those 4 teams are unbelievable. That's what I'm saying.
And at the same time, has there ever been a worse second half of the draw? But let's not talk about that.
No.
That's something that I spoke about with Andy earlier. We are going to talk about the exciting side of the draw, and let's kick that off with Spain versus Germany. Talk to me.
2 teams of the tournament so far. You've got to say. Everyone's saying it. And I mean, open football. I mean, Spain looked vulnerable on the counter against Georgia. I'm hoping Germany also kind of like do a little bit of that with them. Germany also look vulnerable on the counter. They both want to dominate the ball here. It's going to be a brilliant game. I'm seeing a Spain loss here. I think Spain go out and I think Germany go through. Purely because I think their defence, Spain's defence, I'm not sure quite has the pace to be able to deal with Germany's attack. So, but I think it's going to be a brilliant game. High scoring, 3-2, hopefully extra time. Let's go. That's
a big call. I mean, yeah, as you said, they're the best 2 teams, or the most exciting to watch at least of the tournament so far. We spoke about it with Andy, but seeing Spain live was an absolute treat. They were so good, despite being against Georgia. I disagree. I think that Spain are the more rounded side. I think Germany coming into this tournament had problems in defence. I think that Spain, with that front 3 and the wingers in particular, talking about Yamal, talking about Williams, I think they have what it takes to really get at Germany. And I think it'll be a game in which both teams score. It should, and I think it will be, the game of the tournament. But
game of the tournament, James.
I'm predicting it's going to be a 3-1 Spain win.
Extra time or normal?
Normal time.
Normal time, but game of the tournament still, and only 3-1. Don't know. I'm not so sure. Germany win. Come on, Germany. Home soil. We want them going as far up as possible.
We don't want them to win it.
Well, no. There's one team we want to win.
And is that Portugal or France? Because they're playing at 8 p.m. I mean, Portugal and France have been really dull this tournament. Let's start a bit on Portugal, and let's indulge the debate. First of all, should Ronaldo be playing for them?
Yes.
Yes, he should be.
For me, yes, he should. Because what he's done in his career. Because also, actually, you can't drop him because otherwise he becomes a problem for the whole squad. You either send him home right now or you let him play 120 minutes. There's no way to have that balance. You saw him get sulky when he came off against Georgia in a game that didn't matter. If he comes off in a quarter-final against France and they go through, there's still issues in that camp.
I think that he'll be absolutely fine so long as he gets his goal. And I think that's been the issue. The fact that he hasn't got his goal and he missed that penalty and he's cried like a baby about it, like that is all he wants. That's why he's on every minute. And I don't think he would mind as much if he got his goal and then got taken off. That is the issue. But I think they, aside from the emotional side of the game, I think that tactically they play so much better without him there. I really, really, really do. But we will see. And we've spoken a bit about France already.
Deschamps ball.
Very dull. You've got to think, really, this has enough still to be better than Roberto Martinez managed Portugal.
I think also with Portugal, it suits France to play Portugal. Portugal will try and hold the ball, try and keep the ball, try and pass it around quite a lot. And France can just pick them off in the counter. I mean, their centre-backs, Pepe, 30, 40, 41. So I mean,
you've got to think that Thuram and Mbappe coming up against Pepe.
Exactly. Yeah, that is just really, for me, it's a no-brainer. And the way, unless they change the way they play in terms of like their fullbacks go really high, Portugal's. I think if they were to drop in a little bit more, maybe there's a chance. But I see a France quite comfortable win here. I'm not as enamored by this match as I am with Spain, Germany, definitely. But still two very high quality teams, and France are still the favourites in my eyes. So they're just a tough team to beat in international tournaments.
You heard it from Matt.
Yeah,
France going to win.
France going to win. But come on, but actually, bigger word out for Portugal. I mean, I still think how long's Martinez been there? They haven't lost a game since Martinez been there, except to Georgia. So come on, Portugal. But France is going to win.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that. I think that France will probably win. Although it could go to extra time.
It could. You can see a 0-0.
Yeah, 100%. Great. Well, that's Friday's fixtures all looked into now. You can consider those ticked off. No, I'm just kidding. Watch them tomorrow. Like Friday is going to be an amazing, amazing day for football.
Yeah.
Let's move on to the less exciting day. I spoke to Andy, who told us all about the Saturday fixtures. Take it away, Andy. Right, so we have Andy here to talk us through Saturday's quarterfinals. We have England versus Switzerland and Netherlands, Turkey. We're going to talk about England, Switzerland, but first we're going to talk about Netherlands versus Turkey. Andy.
Yes.
Netherlands finally starting to play football. Do you think they have what it takes to take the most passionate Turkey side I've ever seen?
I don't know. I don't know what to call for this game, because I didn't particularly back Turkey, but then seeing in that game before, their tactics, they nullified Austria very well. And I mean, they got the goals from the corners, but they looked quite good, I thought. And Arda Güler is looking very, very sexy this tournament.
I would say he looked very good. And I said that Turkey looked great until they went 2-0 up. And then they lost their heads. Yeah. And it was just all about like passion, and like they just lost all control of the game, and they just sat on their like 18-yard line, and they were really, really lucky to not end up drawing or even losing that game.
They were panicky at the back, weren't they? Smashing it long, like kind of no control, holding possession. And if it wasn't for their keeper, my God, I mean, they definitely, I think Austria could have definitely won that game.
100%. So my prediction for this will be that Turkey have had their big win of this tournament now. And I think the Netherlands will have the structured approach and they will get through easily. What do you think?
That's a good shout. Like we've said in this tournament, nothing is predictable. So going for that, I mean, I can't call Netherlands Turkey. I think that could be a penalties game. I think they'll cancel each other out.
Sitting on the fence as ever, that's Andy Barnett.
Yeah, baby. Yeah.
And on to everyone's least favourite subject in the world, England Football Club.
Yeah. Everyone's most favourite subject, James. Everyone's most favourite. We're looking fantastic.
We were speaking to some English fans out in Germany, and the guy phrased it lovely. He said, this tournament's been amazing, but us English fans have just stunk out this tournament completely, and our team. We have been like the big stinker of this tournament.
Yeah, we have slightly ruined it with the style of play. I'll give you that. What was funny, every other fan coming up to us saying how Southgate is rubbish. We obviously know how big of a deal it is in England, but everyone is laughing at that fact at the moment.
Agreed.
But we're still here.
We're
So
still here.
What does that matter?
We are playing against a fantastic Switzerland side.
Yeah.
I have to say, very well organised. Look a bit more like a club team. First of all, do you think Southgate will mix it up at all?
Listen, we've talked about him mixing it up all the time, but then it's straight back to the 4-3-3. Although he has kind of been rumoured that he's going to start with the 5 at the back, which I think would be a lot better for Southgate. It's his style. He knows how to play the boring control possession, men behind the ball. But I can see him just doing the exact same formation and just changing over Gay for Konza. And then left back, I don't know who you chuck there.
Okay, second question. You think that's going to happen? It's going to be same formation. If that happens, are Switzerland going to beat England on Saturday?
No, I don't think. I think they should beat England, but I back us now just to somehow win that. Like, I don't think we'll dominate possession at all, but I think they'll be 1-0 up, like similar to the Slovenia game. Slovakia game, where we just weren't in control. Well, in control of the ball, but just had nothing going forward. Just trying to cut in, but I back us to somehow pull it out of the bag.
Well, you heard it from Andy, and I believe that's your time, is it? Thank you very much for joining us.
Thank you very much for having me, James. Pleasure as always.
And it's back to the studio with Matt. Well. We heard it from Andy. Southgate won't change. Somehow, England will snivel their way through. So, same questions to you, Matt. England versus Switzerland. First of all, will Southgate change in any way?
Yes, he will. On the rumourville today, we've all seen it. 5 at the back, 2 number 10s. It's coming home. It's coming home. We've said this from the start. It's what we needed to do the whole time. Come on, England. Let's go. I think it's going to be 5 at the back. You've got your Konza, Walker, Stones as a back 3.
Yeah.
Trippier or Trent. I don't care who that is. Left wing back, Saka. Centre mid, Mainu, Rice. Probably will be. I wouldn't choose that, but it probably will be. 2 number 10s in. Bellingham, Foden. And Hurricane bringing it home up top. It's a world-class team there. I don't think you can argue with that.
To be honest, I mean, that is very similar to the team that I said would win this tournament right at the beginning in the very first Euros podcast. The only difference that I had in there was I had Cole Palmer playing off of Harry Kane and no Mainu. But I think 5 at the back is the solution to the fact that we do not have the best defence at this tournament at all, and makes up for the fact that we don't have a natural replacement for Calvin Phillips.
Very clever, James. Are we going through, James?
Me personally, I think that if he doesn't change, then I think we're going out. I think that Switzerland are going through. I think if he changes the formation, then I think we're going through. I really do. I think that we still have the quality to overcome Switzerland. Like if our formation isn't that bad. Switzerland are a much better side than Slovakia, and they really could hurt us if we were playing like we were for the whole of this tournament. If we change formation, give the people what they want, then I think that England will go through, and I think that he will do that. So yes, England are going through. Come on, England.
Southgate masterclass. Come on, let's go.
The problem is here, right? You can't even call it a Southgate masterclass because the whole country has been saying it for like the entire tournament, or since minute 30 of the first game.
They haven't. They've been saying Gordon on the wing, but he's doing something different. He's going 5 at the back. So come on, no more Gordon. Come on, Southgate. I trust you. That's not what I'm saying. The whole game, the whole other games, I've never said that in my life. But come on, Southgate. Let's go.
Brilliant. Well, England are going through, according to us, the On Your Head Son podcast boys.
Let us know in the comments. What do you think? What team's he going to play? Will he change? I don't know, mate. Give it your call.
Does he still turn you on? I don't think he turns anyone on. Anyway, let's talk one last question. We obviously mentioned what an amazing experience going to the tournament was. For you, who were the best fans?
Georgians.
I was hoping there was going to be a debate on that, but I completely agree.
Yeah.
Georgians just so happy to be there. They were just living their best lives. Absolutely.
We love you, Georgia.
Yeah. I think we should say maybe like shouts out to the Dutch, shouts out to the Scots that we met out there as well.
Germans, the Germans were amazing.
Great.
We haven't even mentioned them. They were so hospitable.
Yeah,
I can't speak.
Can't speak.
Unbelievable.
How hospitable they were, and of course the Swiss, who we will be beating on Saturday. Who had the worst fans?
Allez les Bleus!
Wow, I thought you were going to say England. England also had.
We didn't really associate ourselves with any of the English fans. So yeah, so
the French fans didn't really do anything or make any effort to speak to anyone. They're obviously in a similar position. Like they know they're probably going to go through. They know their football's going to suck.
Yeah.
So I'm not surprised they're a bit downbeat. But yeah, for me, the worst fans were the England fans. They were like the ones that were just nightmares. You can spot an Englishman a mile away. We were them at some times as well. Anywho, we're going to go on to our final feature.
Wait, James.
Oh, sorry, we're not going to go to our final feature.
I was going to say something completely non-football related. What do you think about that election last night, eh? Oh, that was good, wasn't it?
I would never have expected Sunderland North to beat Sunderland South in the ballot thing again.
Come on, it's a race of a century. Let's go. Come on, Sunderland North.
Brilliant. Apparently now a political podcast too. But until we make it as a political podcast, we're going to our final feature, which has been the same for every Euros feature. It's to Andy, and he's going to tell us who is going to bring it home. Take it away, Andy.
Thank you very much in the studio. Right, now back time to everyone's favourite section. Who's bringing it home? So, James, who's bringing it home?
Probably Switzerland, Netherlands, or Turkey.
Well, unfortunately, James, you got it wrong this time. It's Harry Kane. So come on, England, a Harry Kane.
Great. Well, that's it, guys. You heard it from Andy. Football is coming home. But until it does, there's just one thing to remember, and that's that it's on your head, son.
Not off your head.
Son!